Chullin Daf. Yesterday we were learning about Oisiv as Benoy. You're not allowed to shecht a mother and her offspring. It says Chananya, you're not allowed to shecht a father and his offspring. Why? Chosheshin l'zerav, meaning we care about the father. The father means something here in this relationship, and therefore you can't shecht the father and his offspring on the same day. A mule is a combination of a donkey and a horse. So let's say you want to make a shidduch between a mule whose mother is a horse and another mule whose mother is a donkey. Could you do that? According to Rabbi Yehuda, you cannot do that. Why? Because ein chosheshin l'zerav, meaning what we're looking at here, we don't care about the father at all, so we care about the mother. If we only care about the mother, so it comes out that one mule is a pure donkey and the other mule is a pure horse, and you can't breed them together. That's according to Rabbi Yehuda. Now, according to Rabbi Yehuda, if one donkey had a mule, the mother was a donkey, and the other mule, the mother is a donkey as well, then you could breed them together. And that's a big chiddush as well. Why? Because at the end of the day, the parents, one is a donkey, one is a horse. So 50% donkey, 50% horse. Maybe the 50% donkey married the 50% horse, and the 50% horse married the 50% donkey. Maybe that's a problem. Kamashmal is not a problem. According to Chachamim, and it comes out that Chachamim really is a code name for Chananya. And since the Gemara called Chananya Chachamim, says Shmuel, it's a right that the halacha is like Chananya, that what? Chosheshin l'zerav. We care about the father. So according to him, any mule combination where the mother is a donkey or the mother is a horse, and the father is a donkey and the father is a horse, we don't care. Because the father, we care about the father and we care about the mother, and what we have here is a mule. It's a new breed called a mule, and you're allowed to breed mules with mules. Now, a mule has simanim, says the Gemara. You could tell if a mule's mother is a donkey or a horse by the length of the ears. A donkey has long ears, so a mule who has very long ears means that his mother was a donkey. And if he has a very short tail, that means his mother is a donkey. And if he has a very thick voice, it means his mother was a donkey. And if you have the opposite simanim, it means it's a horse. The Gemara tells us that Rebbe Abba had a lot of mules, and he told his shamish, when you hook up the mules to my wagon, make sure you take the same type of mules, that they all have long ears or short ears, long tails and short tails. Because I don't want to mix mules. Because since ein chosheshin l'zerav, I'm a little concerned that maybe the father doesn't count. Therefore, I might be looking at a mule who's really a donkey, and another mule is really a horse, and you're not allowed to breed them together. You're not allowed to even have them pull the wagon together. So Gemara says, you see, according to him, that simanim are deraisa, because kilayim is a deraisa, and he was soymech on the length of their ears to get out of the sister. So you see simanim are deraisa. There's 4 halachas in the Torah where there's a difference between a chaya and a behema, and the Gemara is going to be discussing 3 of them. Oisiv as benoy, that you're not allowed to shecht a mother or a father and the offspring on the same day, is a halacha only by behemas. You're allowed to shecht a deer and the offspring on the same day. Kisi adam, that after you shecht, you have to cover the blood with something. That's only a chiyuv by a chaya, but not by a behema, and also you mechuyev by a bird. And the final halacha the Gemara is going to be discussing is matnis kuna. You have to give from every animal that you eat and every behema. You have to give zroya, l'chayim v'keva, the foreleg, the jaw, and the keva, part of the stomach. Now that only applies to behema, not a chaya. Says the Gemara. When it comes to oisiv es benoi, so if you have a crossbreed behema, in other words, you took a goat and a sheep and you had offspring, that would be usher to shecht that offspring with its kid on the same day, l'kulam. Now we're going to jump into the sugya of koi, and for the rest of this amud, we're going to be talking about koi, or some people call it kvi, like we had in Kiddushin, where the father or mother are a goat or a deer. So if the mother is a deer, that would be no chiyuv of oisiv es benoi. Why? Because the Torah says seh ubenoi, and this is not a seh, this is a deer. If the mother is a goat and the father is a deer, but the mother is a goat, then l'kula alma you'd be usher to shecht oisiv es benoi, because it says seh, and she's a seh. Ubenoi means even a mashuhu, even a little bit of a seh, and the kid is a little bit of a seh. Now, where's the machlokes really? The machlokes is an interesting case. What if the grandmother was a deer and the grandfather was a goat, and they had a child called koi, and that koi had another child? Can you shech the koi and the other child? Chacham say you cannot, because we have to be concerned about the grandfather who's a behema. So now this grandchild is a little bit of a behema, and I care about a little bit, and Rebbe says I don't care about a little bit. And Memela, it's not a problem to shech in the same day. Kisui Adam is only by a chaya, we said. So if you have a koi that the mother is an animal, is a chaya, like a deer, can you shech this animal on Yantiv? Say Chachamim, you can, because what's the issue? That you'd have to do Kisui Adam, and if you're not shechting a chaya, it would be also to do Kisui Adam on Yantiv because of mukta, because of tircha, whatever the reason is. But since over here the mother is a chaya, so of course you could shecht, and of course because you have to do Kisui Adam. Now, if the mother is a goat, so now it's a suffix according to Chachamim if Choshem Zerav, and Memelo you can't do Kisui Adam, therefore you can't do Shchita. Matis Kuhuna only applies to behema. So if you have a crossbreed of a behema, now the father and mother are both behema, so Mimanav Shach you have to give Matis Kuhuna. So Likulam you give Matis Kuhuna. But what if it's a koi? If the mother is a deer, and a deer you don't give Matis Kuhuna, that's 50%. What about the other 50%? The father is a behema, so maybe you should give on that 50%. But we don't know if Choshen L'Zerav or not. We're Mesupak. So let the kohen bring a raya, what the halach is, and then I'll get 50%. If the mother is a goat, now for sure you have to give 50%. So according to Chacham, you give 50% and that's it. But according to Rabbi Eliezer, we don't care about a miktas goat, an animal that's partial, so mainly you don't give anything